all sat up there and the staff made a presentation. Deborah's made 2 or 3 presentations each time they've gone through this and presented even a 5-year plan and said, these are the things that we think need to happen regularly in the town or need to happen now. And we've approved those things going forward. I realize I've raised one that I've continued to raise. And I apologize to anybody who has a feeling on it, but you know, I just don't think that it's, the information that comes through as justification, I keep finding flaws in it.
But we haven't seen a priority.
But we've agreed
this. Seen this year's priority.
This was the priority list. They sat through and we went through the presentation.
Well, I know, but I haven't seen the recent one. And to me, I just think we bring to the council the priority list of these projects, and if they don't think that lights should be on it, they take it out and put something else in. I mean, it just seems to me that finally the council's got to approve a priority list.
Well, we should make recommendations, and they can either approve it or change it. But we should approve.
Well,
we should recommend
first. I don't know.
Personally, I thought that that's what the process was, that Deborah brought us through.
I think, you know, the council asked that we send back to you to prioritize the goals, which are operating and capital goals. And we haven't completed that process yet. You're correct. We haven't. But the capital plan, if council were to bring up any other projects that you wanted to have us look at in this 5-year window, we could absolutely look at moving the funding around and everything. But I don't think there's been that discussion yet.
No, I don't.
Yeah, because I mean, we also talked about seismically retrofitting this building too.
Absolutely.
So I mean, we can add things. So maybe for the council, could you take this list on the capital plan and just have that listed out there with anything else that fell off? And then the council could also look at that and maybe reprioritize as we approve this. Because this is going to be coming for approval, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we also need to decide how much money we're willing to put into capital. I mean, we've got the parcel tax, 40% of the parcel tax, but the way things are going, maybe we have some more. So I think you have to guide us and say, I believe we have X amount of money to spend on capital improvements.
Mm-hmm. And Mike and I went through and did that analysis by looking at the fund balances and the projected revenues, and we programmed out. And I mean, we can talk to the public works director again, but I don't believe there were a lot of unfunded projects that we have identified.
No, there weren't, but
So,
Greg is right. He asked, and you know, of course, and I mentioned the seismic retrofitting, but Greg did ask in the finance committee meeting that we had when we went over it. He mentioned quad gates, because we had that list and had multiple
and
columns.
I did add that as a finance committee
So-
recommendation onto the goals list.
So what we should do is we should maybe take a list here and list them out, put them in the order just for next year, or the next 2 years. And then anything that was fallen off the list, we should be able to see that, visually decide, yes, this is more important than that, or something.
Okay, maybe we can talk about a format that you're thinking.
Okay, all right.
Would you put that on the list?
Yeah, well, we've asked if quad gates would be on the list, along with retrofitting, seismically retrofitting this building, whether or not we
I've
have
added
funding
it
for
to
it.
the goals, but we haven't put it in as a funded item
Yeah.
right now.
Okay?
Well, but he suggested that you do for the board, and if they want to cut it off, they can cut it off. Is that what you're saying?
Well, then she's gonna bring it to the council. She's gonna bring it to the council for the council to approve or reallocate. That's what we just talked about.
Yeah, absolutely. That's
Right.
what I'm saying.
Is
I
that
put it
not what
on
we're
as a
agreeing?
goal, but I didn't set any money aside to it. I think we'll have to talk with the public works director to find out what funding is required.
And well, he and I should go talk to the Caltrans so we
Yes.
get this thing moving.
Okay.
Because I think if we put enough pressure on them, I think they'll come up with a
I
big
put a
price
note
for
to
the-
myself
gotta
to
do that.
contact the public works director.
Can we do a quick date check for the
That's what
next
I was just
meeting?
looking for.
So thank you for the capital. Now, you came specifically for the capital.
If I can spend a few minutes with Deborah
That'd be
after you
good.
adjourn, that
Sorry.
will satisfy
I
my
apologize.
questions, I think.
We didn't mean to rush it.
No problem.
I don't know if you sat through.
All of this for.
Well, I enjoy it. I learn every time I come.
Okay.
Okay, we're looking at sometime in August,
So if you want to kind of meet every two
yeah.
months,
Well, is there anything coming up, like with the audit, that we need to meet in the short term?
before then,
Yeah, so, I mean, the need should justify as opposed to the calendar.
no, I can forward the comments that you give to me to the auditors.
We'll probably
They
write
won't be here
October.
until September, so meeting in August would be fine. The auditors, I don't have any issue with the auditors.
So I think we have any vacation plans, they're gonna be gone in certain parts of
What do we do in
August.
September? Is there anything new coming up and we need to meet in August?
Nice to see your face.
Huh?
Nice to see your face.
Well, I've got a lot of blank time in August and September. I have some trips, some places.
What date in August are you suggesting?
Well, if we're kind of continuing to keep it on the,
That would be the 6th, right?
no, August, if we did it on a Tuesday, I think it would be maybe the 14th or the
Or
21st. Oh, no, wait, that's August, hold on, July,
7th or the 14th of Tuesdays in August.
yeah. So,
My phone's out of juice, I
I
can't
mean, the
put it on.
7th
I'm sure
would be
it's-
better for me. If you wanted to move it to September, we could do it on the 11th or the 18th.
It'd be better if we did it in August, if Alan can make it. Can you
Yeah,
make it
August
after the
14th.
seventh?
Yeah.
Is that all right with you, Al?
Yeah.
All right, I'm sure it's all right with me.
August 14th.
7th is better because the council meeting's on the 15th.
Okay.
Is it possible, can you do the seventh, Al?
So you have an August meeting?
Yeah.
All right, let's do the seventh then.
Okay.
Yeah, we meet all the time, we're kinda like the
You should
internet.
take, you got a bunch
We
of
don't take any
workaholics,
time
I mean,
off.
you take August off.
Yeah, we're not, we don't wanna do that, we like to see.
Hey, I vote for
We're-
adjournment.
Accountants.
Okay, all in favor, aye.
So August 7th, 2 PM.